get America back to work, and I yield back. I yield.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. First of all, let me say to the gentleman from Virginia that Maryland and Virginia and a lot of other states think the bill we passed through this House on algae is critically important to the health of the Chesapeake Bay. I'm sure the gentleman shares that view with me. Critically important bill for the health of our bay and its estuaries. And I happen to live on a river, the Patuxent River. The gentleman's state feels the Chesapeake Bay is a major asset of his as well and of his state. So I know that he's pleased that we passed that bill. It was an important bill. We're here trying to make sure that we have the time to get ready to pass a major historic piece of legislation that Teddy Roosevelt set us on the path to accomplish over a century ago, so that we have accomplished, I think, a significant piece of legislation today. Let me say that in addition to that, we believe the jobs agenda is very important. We passed a bill through here last week. The Senate passed a bill over to us. We're in the process of considering those bills. And I want to say to the gentleman that I share his view, that we look forward to working together to try to get Americans back to work. I won't go through the litany of how we got here. The gentleman's heard it before. But I will tell the gentleman this part of it, that in the 4 months of the last administration, as he well knows, we lost over 700,000 jobs per month. During the last 4 months here, we've lost 27,000 jobs per month. That's a 95% reduction in the loss of jobs. Surely anybody who's fair-minded would say that's progress. It is not success. We need to create jobs. We've lost 8 million jobs over the last 2 years. People are hurting in America. Families are hurting in America. We need to get people back to work. We're going to keep continuing to make sure that when they can't find a job because they're not available, that they don't go hungry, that they can support themselves and their families, not to the level that they would if they were working, but certainly support themselves in a way that we think is humanitarian. So those are included in those bills, as the gentleman knows. But I will tell the gentleman that we feel keenly the pain of the American public confronting this historic Great Recession, the deepest recession that we've seen in 75 years. The gentleman knows that in the decade of the 90s, we saw the best economy that you and I have seen in our lifetime, and I, of course, am very substantially older than you are. That's an admission against interest, but it nevertheless is true. So that I will yield back to the gentleman saying, we share your view. We want to continue to work on this jobs agenda.
I thank the gentleman for his view of history. I also would like to say the gentleman, Madam Speaker, share his commitment to the preservation of the Chesapeake Bay. I do, however, think that the American people are most interested in seeing us get back onto the business of focusing on the economy. That is why I raised the issue of our being here today, not doing anything today to promote job creation. And as far as any quarrel we may have with history and why we got or how we got to where we are today, I would just like to quote to the gentleman in closing Winston Churchill's speech to the House of Commons, June 18, 1940. And he said, "Of this I am quite sure, that if we open a quarrel between the past and the present, we shall find that we have lost our future." And with that, Madam Speaker, I yield back.